Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today we enter one single day, June 1923, London, a day that the contain an entire lifetime. This is Mrs Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. And if you think this is just about a lady buying a flower for a party, you are wrong. It's about why we feel empty even when we have everything. Who is a Virginia Woolf? First, who is a Virginia Woolf born 1882? First, in a London. Genius, but the suffered from a severe depression from her whole life. She is a part of the Bloomsbury group, artist and who wanted to break all rules after World War I. And in 1918, London was full of soldiers like a Septimus who came back but never really came back. Woolf herself heard voices, felt disconnected just like her character. She wrote Mrs. Dalloway in 1925 and in 1941 she walked into a river with her stones in her pocket. So when she writes about emptiness, she knows. The novel happens in a one day, June 13, 1923. Big band strikes. Morning, Clarissa Dalloway, age 51, rich wife of MP Richard Dalloway, says Mrs. Dalloway said she would buy the flowers herself. She walked through London to Bond Street. But here is a wolf magic stream of the consonants. While Clarice's walk, she thinks she remember Bourton, her childhood name. She remember Peter Walsh, her older lover who wanted to marry her. She chose Richard instead, safe and stable life. Afternoon, Peter West returned from India after 5 years. He still loves her and he comes to her house. Evening, the party she has been preparing all day. She has everything but uh, empty. Look at Clarice's. It's a green silk dress, three stunts of pearls, big house in a Westminster, husband who is a member of parliament, daughter Elizabeth from outside perfect. But inside, listen to what Wolf writes. She said, perpetual sense as she watched the taxi cab of being out, far out to sea and alone. She always had the feeling that it was very dangerous to live even one day. Why? Because 818 she loved Peter Walsh. Peter was passionate, demanding. He would have swallowed her whole. She chose Richard Dalloway because Richard gave her freedom, a little room to breathe. But now at 51 she wonders, did I choose safety over life? She is hosting this party to prove she exists, to bring people together. Because she feels invisible as a hostess, she is a perfect as a woman. She feels nothing. That is why this image. Smiling but eyes tired. It's perfect. Show double exposure memory. Peter was think about her all day too. He walks He walks through London remembering. He remembered at a Bourton when Clarice and Sally Saturn kissed. Yes, Clarice had that moment, that Sally, the most beautiful moment of her life. She says a kiss between two young women in a garden. Peter still loves her. He cries in Regenta Park at 52. He is a failure in a love, jobless in a love again with a younger woman in India, but his heart is still at Bourton in 1890. Septimus Smith, he has nothing but pain. So actually, he is a friend of even he was dead in a war. Now the other side of London, same day, same city, is Septimus Warren Smith, 30-year-old. He went to war as a beautiful poet boy. He watched his officer and best friend Ivan die in front of him in France. He did not cry then. Now he cannot stop seeing him. Septimus has a sail shock, what we now call PTSD. He hears birds speaking Greek. He sees Ivan walking behind a railing in Regenta Park. His Italian wife Frazia loves him but cannot reach him. He has nothing, no money, no party, no house, only pain. But Wolf makes him and Clarice's doubles. Clarice has everything but feels empty inside. Septimus has a nothing but feel everything too much. They never meet until the very end. Doctor tells Septimus, you must be strong. Proportion is needed. The famous Dr. Bradshaw, who represent cold British society, say he must go to a mental asylum. Septimus chooses death. He jumps from the window onto the railing. One chooses death to keep his soul alive. At the same hour, Clarice's party is in full swing. The party, the chandelier, the champagne, the Prime Minister comes. Everyone who matters in London is there. And they Dr. Bradshaw arrives late and say, a young man has killed himself. Clarice is here, it is in a small room alone. She goes to the window. She thinks about the young man who died. She understands him. She thinks she failed, somehow very like him. The young man who had killed himself, she felt glad that he had done it, throw it away. Why glad? Because he preserved something pure. He refused to let society crush his soul. And in that moment, Clarissa decided to live. She returned to her party. She returns to life. Wolf message one day, one city, one party, one death, and both are necessary to understand what it means to be live after war. What is matter today? Mrs. Dalloway is not old. In 2026, we still feel like Clarice having Instagram, house, job, but feeling empty at 3 a.m. We still have a Septimus, buttons, young people, and anxiety hearing voices the world does not hear. Virginia Woolf wrote hundreds years ago about mental health. When no one talked about it, she invented a new way to write. Stream of consciousness, because normal sentence could not show he was really think about thoughts. Jump from flowers to death to old kisses in a 1 second. If you like the deep dive, comment below or you are more Clarice of Septimus today. Thank you for being here. Welcome to my channel. Always subscribe for next to the Lighthouse.